Good evening, all you wonderful people. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Here we are. Don't mind me as something, there we go. It just wasn't displaying properly and made me concerned. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. We're going to play Monster Train. Who would have guessed? Thanks for resubscribing, Fury. Also, just realized my headphones aren't plugged in. I am truly well put together today, as you can all see. There we go. Little Glacier. Anyways, after that clumsy start, let's pick a clan combo. What's left on the list of torture? Who knows? A lot of these clan combos are not going to be bad. Though obviously I've done a lot of the ones that I'm more comfortable with already. Well, we got to focus on the Monster Train 1 clans. I definitely need to do more with Hellhorn and a lot more with a Remnant. But we are catching up. We're getting a little bit closer to parity. But it's just that, like, over here we have one with Fel, one with Talos, one... I guess we have two with Phoenix. You know what? I feel like doing Phoenix, so I think we're going to do Phoenix first. Probably Phoenix Stygian. Okay. Great question. I think we probably want the Foregone Power. Though they're both, like, you know, not amazing starter cards. Miser's okay. It's at least something that fits alongside Phoenix. Definitely not my favorite option, though. Pyre Cask is okay. Fear's Greed is good. Helical is pretty decent as a starter. We're definitely going to take Attuned Whetstone. The Trader's Quill is okay here, since we do have the Pyre Casks as a starter. I do think it's a lot weaker in Monster Train 2 because it didn't get any bump to its number, even though enemy health has gone up dramatically. So, like, you know, it wasn't ever insane in Monster Train 1, but 30 damage mattered a lot more when enemies had, like, 250 health than when they have 500 per enemy. And you have no way to scale it. Yeah, but, like, it's okay if there's no way to scale it so long as the number is, like, a decent value. But, again, just with the way that enemy health scales throughout the run, Trader's Quill ends up being a lot weaker. It still can provide a good chunk of value, especially if you're in, like, Under Legion, where you are using a bunch of consume cards, and you're, like, returning the consume cards and repeatedly using them. Yada, yada, yada. Like, it can do okay work. It's just not as helpful later in the game. And either way, I'd rather take Attuned Whetstone. Obviously, it does nothing currently, but the value that it can give later is very high. Even with Stygian being a clan that doesn't currently have equipment, it's still just very good. I saw Sal streaming and thought to myself, it's still Sunday. It's not Sunday. Also, how you doing, Goldpoke and Ether? I think I already said it while I was fumbling, but if I didn't, thanks for resubscribing, Fury. I really do appreciate it. And just in general, I appreciate you guys being here time after time. Anyways, I think we're taking Pyromaniac. I've got the Fire starters, and I've got the Pyre Cask, and I've got Phoenix's ability itself. Also, there's the possibility that with Attuned Whetstone, maybe we set up Cursed Dragon Staff, which works very well with Pyromaniac, and so, sure. Overlord was also totally reasonable, especially since that also works very well with Attuned Whetstone, since you can get, like, something with cooldown reduction, as in Mind Cage and just, like, anything to buff his attack or whatever. I get entertained, you get some shekels, everyone wins. Fair enough. Unfortunately, Phoenix can't fit with the Shield Stewards, but he's got a Miser buddy, I guess. I guess we do this to mitigate some of the damage. Unfortunately, I'm probably taking a chunk of damage. And yes, I know I didn't play out the Miser with him. I guess we can do a Spear Steward. Or I can just, like, do this. Oh, and I do want to take the Fear is Greed damage. I guess I'll do that. Ideally, we use that on the boss. Unfortunately, I take a lot of damage from just the invasion, which I don't love. Oof, that is a lot of damage on Phoenix, though. I probably should have just ignored the top floor stuff and just accepted some early damage. Home invasion brings the money. Yep. Unfortunately, this would be a lot better if we had the other boss, Astriel. Also, would have been helpful if I had any way to apply Pyrogel that turn. Like, I had Phoenix's ability, obviously, but, like, it could have been so much better. Also, 100% should have done that in a different order. I guess I may as well do it in a better order. But, like, really would have preferred to have the Pyrocast last turn. For instance. Okay, I will just take that damage because there's no reason not to. Also, technically, I shouldn't have hit him so many times because it maybe reduces the amount of times the Miser gets to hit. I think it didn't, but still. Okay, what do we care about? Maybe want to take Alchemy just because it's generally nice to have. Also, getting some of the minor Horde relics is quite good with Pyromaniac. It's a bit of a stretch because we already have like the Helicals, which are expensive. But I think I probably want the Alchemy. Maybe want the Golden Touch. I'm gonna take the Golden Touch. I'm gonna take Crypt Builder, though there's a decent chance it ends up not helpful. Also, hadn't looked at the enemies yet. Okay. Fair enough. So, in the ideal world, we get Magma Cultist, but also I do need defense of some sort. I guess we can get Incant Armor since we've got Stygian. And just like generally HP would not be unwelcome. Here I would basically just be looking for like holdover, minus cost, maybe Spell Chain. I'm gonna go here. It would be nice to get some of that, but fine. Ooh. Well, it's not what I had in mind, but I will take it. Do I want Endless on the Miser? I don't really, but I think it does help my situation quite a bit. So I'm willing to do it. Definitely not my favored option, but given that I have like no defense currently, oh, I could have re-rolled for Incanta Armor still, but that's okay. Well, we're probably pivoting pretty hard towards the Gold Tooth Miser situation. Okay, so we do get a little less gold this way, but that's fine, because I also still need to actually, like, win the battle. Fortunately, I can't play out the Calcified Ember. Oh well. Okay, you're going to die, but then we can bring you back. We're not going to play that because we're perfectly happy to take damage from the Mental Shard. So we want that sweet, sweet greed. Okay. Honestly, I'm going to let this happen so I can get slightly more gold. Like, it's fine if they die, because then I just get the victory on this floor. I was hoping I would draw the Golden Touch and, like, kill my own dude with it, so I could get one more horde, but that's fine. Okay. Fine. Yeah, definitely taking that. Incant Armor is okay. I'm not the best deck to utilize it right now, but it is good. I'd also be very happy with, like, Quick. Smidgestone would also be okay, but, like, Quick would probably be more ideal. I guess I'm gonna do that, even though it's questionable. Let's just do Incant Armor on you. And so this is either going to be HP or we try to give him Endless. Okay, let's greed. Yeah, didn't happen. No surprise. Okay, fine. God, I have so many calcified embers. Oh, I didn't even look at this yet. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty okay with taking that for now. Well, I kind of wish I had taken the alchemy now, but I didn't. Could do this, like, that's not bad, but I'm not going to. I just don't want to take this. And I don't have any HP to give the monument. Okay, well, here we are. Here we are. So, you go there and there. And I'm gonna just let you take some damage. That's fine. Yeah, I guess we're gonna do this. Even though I would really like to get rid of the calcified embers. Oh, I did forget that there was a reason I wasn't going to do it like that. Well, so be it. The most important thing right now is just that we're building up gold, so, you know, that's happening regardless. Sure, fine. I'll take the Vengeful Shard damage, even though I know I'm missing out on it and can't. Yeah, we'll take some fire damage, who cares? Okay, so at least we get to bring you back at full health. Sadly, I haven't used the stuck up whelp yet, but fine. Yep, unsurprisingly, that's enough to get the kill. We're gonna leave it like that, I guess. And there we go. Okay. Maybe taking the Hell Furnace? The problem is that I'm not really generating Pyre Gel to any meaningful degree. It's still potentially useful if I'm generating the small Pyreborn artifacts. But I think we're just gonna skip. And we're gonna skip these, though again, they're not altogether bad. And I think we want Ember. And by think, I mean we definitely do. Unfortunately, that's still only at 2. Whatever, that's kind of what we knew was gonna happen. So, I think we're going for the Merchant of Magic. It's just too good to turn down. Also, it gets us maybe an equipment, which then turns on Attuned Whetstone. Obviously, there's some good stuff we can get here. Nonetheless, we're going here. Don't hate Holdover. We'll figure out the rest of this. We'll still take Pyromaniac 2, even though I'm basically not using it. Don't want the Glass Cannon. Maybe do want the others. And by that I mean I will take that. It's a little questionable at the moment, but I'll still take it. Okay, so Holdover was maybe going to go on Golden Touch. I think we want it on the Offering Token, though. This is going to go on the Golden Touch. Could Intrinsic the Offering Token. Intrinsicing the Pyre Cask is honestly not the worst thing, since I can use it on like bosses on turn 1. Which is fine. It's not bad. It's not incredible, but it's not bad. Also, it is essentially extra draw, which I like. Alright, could also do this as a minus cost, which I kind of like too. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do that. And then the magic power is either going to go in the helical or the golden touch. I think it's going to go in the golden touch. Whatever. We are going to still need answers to a number of problems that we don't have, but hey, here we are. Namely, we're going to need a solution for the, Also, I should get rid of one of the shield swords. We're gonna need a solution for the silence dudes, is mostly what I'm getting at. Fucking stop drawing the steward. Okay, at least I get to build up a little bit of armor. I really want to dupe the gold tooth. I'm still a far ways from, like, truly being exciting here, but, you know, we're working on it. Unfortunately, the Miser loses the extra avarice that he got, but that's fine enough. Also, I have not been using the Offering Monument at all. Which is a shame, but whatever. Oh, this is a dumb turn. Well, so be it. I am worried about how much damage I'm taking before the boss, but, you know, here we are. Yeah, had I known, I would have done this differently. Also, had I known I would get that, I would have... Whatever. Alas. Also, I didn't realize like I was going to survive at 1 HP. It feels pretty bad. Alright, we'll take some damage from you. Yeah, that is a problem. Okay, I was hoping to get the fire starter. Yep, that's an issue. Especially because he just saps me to death real quick. Okay, do I survive? I think I do? We'll find out. Yeah, I take a lot of damage, but I do survive. I mean, I do like the Mine Cage. Make it rain is not bad. I guess I take the Mine Cage. And I guess I take Unnamed Tome. And we'll finally loot this. Yeah, we'll take the medallion. It's not the #1 thing I wanted, but it's not bad. I definitely will appreciate it. I think we're going here so I can dupe my gold tooth, among other things. And there's Cursed Dragon Staff, which is interesting. When this happens, I just say I'm using Furious Greed to its full potential. Yep. Yep. That is one of the things that makes Fear's Greed so good, is like, in general, the extra gold is just solid regardless. But if you have a bad fight and you do take extra damage, it even gives you extra gold to kind of to help like slingshot you back into a reasonable place afterward. Okay, I mean, we're definitely taking that. I just haven't decided exactly how I'm doing things. Okay, now, do I want to merge Dragonstaff and Mind Cage and try to use Phoenix? Or do I just want to get rid of the Mind Cage and merge these two? I think I just want to merge those two. It's not perfect, but it's good enough, and I will get rid of the Mind Cage. Whatever. I know I just got it. It's fine. And then do I want Zone of Silence? Kind of. Let's take that for now. And make Goldtooth number 2. Kind of want the Zone of Silence, but I don't know that I can justify it. Problem is, I would really appreciate better defense than what I've got. We're far ways off from being at a point where I'm really comfortable. Like, I have things that certainly help now, but it's not totally enough. Yeah, I think we'll skip on the Zone of Silence, though maybe worth taking. I don't know. We're doing this regardless. It is going to cause me grief, but that's fine. Okay, so that goes there. You're going to get that. You go there. And I think we want it this way. Yeah, not exactly how I want to do it, but that's fine. I'm just trying to minimize how much damage I'm taking on the Pyre, and how much damage I'm taking on units I care about. Okay, at least we have this. I'm gonna use this now just to mute them, so I can play out the rest of my things with impunity. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of damage. That's whatever, fine. Really would love to be better at incanting, but we're working on it. Okay. Alright, well the Cursed Dragon Staff is helping. It's not perfect. And I'm aware that the extra capacity here is going to waste. Though we do have the stuck-up whelp to use. Oh, whoops. Fuck. I knew there was something wrong with that. Oh, and if I do that, then when the Miser dies, I won't be able to replace it. Well, we'll just skip on the Sacrificial Chamber then. I hadn't really thought about that when I took it. Yeah, whatever. At least my gold tooths are getting reasonably strong. Although I'm not building up their armor, and that's a problem. Oh, I should have made sure that you died. That was a mistake. Oh, no, I still get the kill. Okay, everything's fine. Well, let's get a little bit of extra gold, I guess. And a little bit of horde. Yeah, it turns out having multi-strike helps quite a bit, as well as having the whelp there. Anyways, it worked out okay. I've got a lot of gold. I am low on health, but, you know, so be it. I'm pretty okay with taking Dragon's Breath. I will take a Titan's Tooth, even if it gives me another goddamn Calcified Ember. And then we're going to go here, though. There are some nice event upgrades, and there's sort of some Merchant of Steel stuff I'd like to do. The healing is nice. Getting some things here is good. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. Honestly, I'll take all of that. It does make my gold tooth substantially weaker, but it's also quite good in a lot of other ways. I think we're just making gold tooth number 3 now. It's not perfect yet, but that's okay. Alright, so I did fuck this up somewhat in that I didn't take note of how many deployable things I have now, so I didn't draw the Steward's Quarters, but fine. It does change my plans a little bit. Yeah, really need to get rid of that Steward, kind of. And of course I draw this on first turn for once. Alright, well. Slightly wrong order because I didn't realize I had that, but okay. Time to get rid of the fat stewards. Yeah, pretty much. I think we're probably just leaving Sacrificial Chamber here, especially since I already drew the whelp. Sure, why not? Alright, we'll just eat that. Yes, it deprives me of a little bit of gold. On the other hand, it builds up armor on my dudes, and I do want the armor. Okay. Unfortunately, you're gonna die. Oh well, these things happen. Yeah, you actually do survive now. Sure. That's fine. That's good enough. Yeah, I gotta say, the Endless on our dude has done a whole lot of work. Fine, I'm willing to do that just to play it out. Unfortunately, I'd love to get more draw, but we're almost certainly going to be taking capacity at this coming upgrade. Could just kill Kale. But let's not. So I can get a little bit more gold from my buddies. Alright, how exciting. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Vengeful Shard damage because I get more gold and I'm okay with sacrificing some HP for that. Tome of Contracts is cute. We're not taking Devilish Details, even though I would like more Horde. 10 HP is just a lot of HP. Tome of Contracts would be good if I actually were using Phoenix at all, which I'm not. Ancient Synergy is not bad, but I think it's not what we need. Yeah, we're gonna not. And I'm taking Capacity. And then I'm willing to loot that. It's okay. It's not the one I wanted. But it's okay. So the extra HP is okay, not necessary. Don't totally care about the Merchant of Steel. I think we just want to go here, especially because the removals are good for me. Inferno Room is not bad, but maybe unnecessary. Okay, so let's just get rid of you, and frankly, you as well. So I do have Dante's Footstool. And so I could take the Inferno Room, which is honestly not bad. It does cut into my Avarice to a certain degree, but I think I'm still okay with taking it. And then I need to either make this deployable or get rid of it. So currently, how many deployable things do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 essentially, 6 with the Attuned Whetstone, 7, 8, 9. So I can do 1 more if that's what I want to do. I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. Yeah, that's fine. And I've got 9 deployment ember. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I could take a Swift Steel Dagger and make that deployable. Don't hate that. Because then I could give it to another of the Gold Tooths, which is pretty decent. I think we'll do that. I think that's okay. It helps mitigate my fairly weak defense, because that is still a meaningful issue. Okay, so that goes there. That's there. You're gonna hang out up here, I guess. You go there, 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 and the offering monument goes there, and no one really cares. Okay. I just wanted to get to the stuck-up welt. That's all I was trying to do. And we'll get rid of your damage shield. Or not damage shield, but spell shield. And then we're just going to give you a little bit of armor. That's all we're doing. Didn't quite mean to do it like that. Yeah, I do want them to get armor, but I also want them to build up gold for me. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, the problem is I can't do both of those things together. Now I can. No. Mistakes were made. Oh well. And we are 100% saving Unnamed Tome to fuck with Rax, if that wasn't clear. And I know we don't need to do these, but I do still kind of want some armor. I think it's probably unnecessary for me. Yeah, let's leave it so I can get the full gold benefit, because the gold does actually quite help me. Okay, so you're muted. Have some extra pyre gel. I was trying to get to a point where he wasn't taking any damage, but so be it. Okay, then you guys are fine, so we'll just leave it. Yes. That was the point of doing that, was so I could draw into that. Doesn't really matter. Whoops. Yeah, whatever, fine. I deprived myself of some gold by playing that there, but whatever. It's okay. Unfortunately, I barely got any benefit from a Horde this whole run, but so be it. I'll take the Guardian's Amulet. And I will save that for God knows why. And then we're going here, and we're looking for Spell Chain. Yeah, cool. Love it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Don't need that. Take that. Don't need the others. fine. Okay, so we're gonna do double stack and a holdover. And we're going to remove some things. Pyro healing doesn't work if it's played via offering, does it? It does! Which I'd considered putting on the, wherever it is, Guardian's Amulet for that reason. But I ultimately chose not to because I was hoping for this exact combination. If I hadn't hit it, not that big a deal, but hitting it is quite nice. And we are going to dupe the Guardian's Amulet, I think. Yeah, it's a bit greedy. Nonetheless, that's what we're doing. There are other good things, too. And then, while I would like to have maximal golds, I also really want my deck to be as efficient as it can be. So we are going to get rid of a couple things that have been holding me back. I think that's all I'm doing, though. And here we go. Also, I didn't really need Spirit Breaker's charge, but it is what it is. Okay, so I actually maybe just want to play the gold 2 on bottom floor rather than the Inferno room. I think that is what we're gonna do. Okay, so, enjoy your Pyrogel, enjoy avaricing my team. Yeah, I don't totally want to murder all these guys, but on the other hand, I do want to get that, so that's what we get. And then I may as well bulk up my team while I'm at it. Oh, whoops. I forgot that I can play that there. Whatever. Should have done that slightly differently. It's fine. And there's no reason for me to take the damage now. It does proc the Magma Core when I take the damage, but who really cares about that? I do Curse of Entropy myself, but like, whatever, fine. Anyways, I can now give off 8 sap for free every turn, which is not bad. Turns out. It does mean that I have a harder time playing out some of the other things here, but fine. Namely, I maybe should have gotten rid of these in recompense, but that's okay. Oh boy. So we play you, then we do that. Then we just heal my Pyre and get to work. I do feel a little bad that we basically didn't use Phoenix at all in this run, but, you know, who needs them, really? Yeah, I think we're actually gonna leave you guys so that I can get more gold. Yes, Yes, look at all the gold. Like, yeah, they do damage to the Miser, but who cares? Who needs a Miser anyways? Once again, we heal the Pyre, and we just live our life. Yes, I'm not playing out like half the cards in my hand each turn. Meh. My level of caring is relatively low. Well, we'll just get rid of these. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna do like this so I can get a little bit more gold, even though it's reasonably inconsequential. And we are now going to cash out that horde. Yeah, Shell's fine. It's not particularly amazing for me, but it's fine. Definitely not the one I was hoping for, but not a big deal. Okay, we should be in pretty good shape. Alright, so do we want to Inferno Room? I think we do. And then, that's the wrong dragon. There we go. And then you, and you all chill out with your reasonably high level of attack. And here we go. Trying to draw into you, so we did do that at least. I mean, I was hoping to draw into the offering token, really, but fine. Nah, so be it. Take a little bit of damage, we can handle it, and it does give Pyre Gel to everyone, so that's something. Alright, and here we go. I would like to get the other one. And there we go. And then we don't even have to worry about the Curse of Entropy either. He dies, but that's fine. He'll come back from the grave. We've already mostly taken down Savagery, and we've taken down a hefty chunk of Entropy as well. Unfortunately, I'm going to sap my dudes, but like, in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty inconsequential. I will give you the sap, though. Probably should have muted Savagery rather than Entropy, but meh. Yeah, like, even if I play you out there, you're gonna die. Especially because there's the Inferno Room as well. Whatever. I got carried away. It's fine. I will still play you out. I'll play that. I'll take a little bit of damage. Who cares? But I 100% should have muted Savagery instead of Entropy. But whatever, fine. Okay. I do wish that I had another offering token. But I chose to dupe the, he wants to say Guardian Stone, Guardian Amulet instead of doing the offering token. And I think that's better. It's just that it would be really nice to have another way to play out my other offering stuff, which I can't, but whatever. I suppose that was technically the wrong order and that I should have played out the Pyrogel stuff before the Pyrolite, but yeah. Alright, he's almost dead. Hey, thanks for the follow. How you doing? Yes, give me more Avarice, even though it doesn't matter, because we're going to win in just a moment. Just to confirm I'm not crazy. This is enough to kill. Yeah. Well, for my own enjoyment, we're going to do this first. And then we don't use up all my Ember and prevent the Pyrolite from being played. I mean, it's fine even if I did. The end of turn attack would have still done it as well. Came across this game a week ago. It's incredible. Loving it. Glad you're having a great time. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I've spent a lot of hours playing Monster Train 1 and quite a few playing Monster Train 2 as well. That said, if you have any questions or want any advice, feel free to ask. I always like talking about the game, and there are other people in chat as well who are always happy to help. Yeah, anyways, there we go. Another beautiful crown. I do, again, feel a little bad that we didn't use Phoenix, like, at all. Because I was pretty happy with our initial setup there. And we did even get the Cursed Dragon Staff that would have gone well with Phoenix. But then we had Goldtooth, and so we built around Goldtooth instead. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Which combo is up next? We should probably do Fade, since she has not a lot of wins. Kind of want to do not Fade. Maybe we should do Awoken and get rid of more of Awoken. I guess we're gonna do Sentient Under Legion, just because I feel like playing Under Legion. Yeah, okay, let's start doing that. Sentient Under Legion. We're going to take Spore Touch. I think neither of their starters is particularly good, but we're going to take Spore Touch so it has the backline access, and because the fungi can sort of interfere with us with Sentient. Beat the Titans yesterday was the total amount of unique combos you can play. There are 180 combos, at least if you're counting just Champion and Allied Clan, and not counting the specific starter card from the Allied Clan. But yeah, 180 crowns. You get a crown for beating the clan combo at Covenant 10, which is why we are at 133 of 180 crowns so far. Just don't ask who the worst pyre is. Entry pyre is the worst pyre. TED Talk is really all he needs. I do, in fact, quite hate Pyre of Entropy. I'm surprised I still haven't mastered Animus of Speed. I think the deal is that I won with it in a challenge, and I have yet to take it in a normal run. Pyre of Savagery, not a bad start for Awoken. Not great for these cards. And also, it's pretty bad for Under Legion, unfortunately, but fine. We'll take Petrified Crucible. Of course, we then don't have Bristling Sentient available. Alright. So, what's the deal here? Like, I do technically have Spikes from Sharpen, but would have been nice to have Bristling as well. Anyways, what am I taking here? Maybe Cultivating? I think we're probably taking Cultivating. And then after the first battle, we're definitely going to prioritize Awoken Banners and just try to get a sweep unit. Probably. God, I'm not really happy with any of these choices. I guess we're doing this. What is the most fun equipment to find, in your opinion? Good question. Probably Cursed Dragon Staff. I also like Mind Cage, just because a lot of the active abilities are cool and fun, and it helps you build a deck around them, and I really enjoy that. Everlasting Light is quite good and is very satisfying, especially to equip multiple of them on your team. Mitosis Cap is real weird, can sort of be fun sometimes. Lone Coach is obviously good. Bloodthirsty Blade is kind of cute. I would say most fun is Cursed Dragon Staff, but I also really like Mind Cage. Okay, we're gonna do that and that. I don't really want to take the damage, but I also don't want to get the Vengeful Shard. Not the Vengeful Shard. God damn it. I sadly can't get the Corruptor. Not Corruptor. Collector. Don't mind me. Whatever. There is a world where maybe we try to let enemies get to top floor so they can die to Sentience and then give us the Slays. But, not too wild about or worried about that plan. Yeah, whatever, we'll just keep you healed up, I guess. Doesn't help that, like, half the enemies here don't have any attack, and so they don't actually attack into my spikes. Yeah, don't know why I'm worrying about the Spore Touch on you. It's not actually helpful. Because he's surviving either way, like, better to use it elsewhere. Yep, that looks about expected. Okay, and then, unsurprisingly, we have the kill here. Are there ways other than Hellhorn Tome to give units sweep or trample? So, a couple things there. First off, Hellhorn Tome does not give sweep or trample. There is no equipment or card that gives sweep. It is purely just a unit has it or does not have it sort of thing. It is Umbratone that gives trample. And I'm trying to remember in this game if there's anything else that gives trample. There's Twisted Back from Twisted Assistant, the Graft unit. But am I forgetting about anything else? I feel like there is, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Oh, the Hymnist, whichever that one is called. I'm going to look it up now because it's going to drive me crazy if I can't remember his name. I don't remember the name of most of the Hymnists. Punk Shredder. The only two that I remember are Upbeat Warbler and Lead Songbird. Well, yeah. Anyways, those are the ways to get Trample, but there's no way to give Sweep. Ugh. That's the one. Because why give to Shadow Siege? Yeah. Like, I think, to be clear, I think they can do far more interesting things with Shadow Siege than just give it Trample. But if you're not going to do one of those more interesting things with it, it should at least have Trample. Like, Demon Fiend doesn't deserve Trample. Shadow Siege definitely does. Either way, I'd prefer they do something interesting with both of them. But if you're allergic to doing cool things with those units, at least give Shadow Siege Trample. Since it is supposed to be the, like, big, chunky unit, and thematically it makes way more sense for it to have Trample than Demon Fiend. And as we've all heard me rant about time and time again, I really hate the way that Demon Fiend kind of just trivializes the early game. Oh, man. Anyways, maybe take the Glimmer for a bit of healing, but I'm pretty sure I don't want it for a variety of reasons. Sting is fine. Razor Sharp Edge is okay. A bit underwhelming, but I think we still take it now. We'll take the Proliferate. I don't know exactly what we're doing with it, but so be it. And then we're 100% going here, looking for a sweep unit. That's not a sweep unit. I feel kind of obligated to take Steel Singer here, though we all know it's a bad choice. Its scaling is too slow. It's just a lot of problems. We're gonna Smidge Stone it, I guess. And then just as a measure of safety, we're gonna give HP there. Ooh. We're all here for jank choices. Yeah. I do kind of wish I'd taken the Glimmer now. But hey. I'll be honest, I was really both expecting and hoping to get Sharpen, just so I could do the spikes, but we didn't. Oh, I totally forgot that it was the haste dudes. Well, here we are. Alright, time to take some damage. Yeah, I don't love taking all that damage. Yeah, I really did make incorrect decisions on this fight. Mostly because I forgot about the... haste. Yeah, I'm at low health, and I don't love that. It's an issue. So, like, the correct choice here is I do the Sharpen. I know that's the correct choice, but I kind of want to not. But I think I probably have to. Okay, and then we just heal our dude and increase his attack a little bit. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to let the entire regen stack wear off, but oh well. I'll take the Glimmer. I will take the Lone Coat, even though it gives me another Calcified Ember, which I don't love. God. So, I do feel like I should probably heal, but on the other hand, I also feel like I should get Multi-Strike here, maybe? Maybe? Maybe. Steel Singer, don't think I've seen that before. Steel Singer is the unit that was added in Last Divinity for Awoken. It gets permanent attack power on Rejuvenate and has the same like hollow ability where it gains empty HP at the when you first play it out. It is bad. It's bad. I mean, it just is. It's at least sort of a little more relevant to Monster Train 2, kind of. In that single large hits and like high Ember and high capacity units are much more playable in Monster Train 2. The problem is that its scaling is still very slow. Why is Steel Singer bad in Monster Train 2 but not in Monster Train 1? No, you misunderstand. It's terrible in Monster Train 1. It's bad in Monster Train 2. In Monster Train 1, it is too high cost, too high capacity, too slow of scaling, and ultimately, even when you do all those things, it doesn't win you the run. Also, healing is bad, and so building a deck that's focused on healing instead of other things is a whole other can of worms. But, at least in Monster Train 2, you can give it equipment, you can, with the deployment phase, you can play with other units alongside it, or even multiple Steel Singers. You have access to Smidge Stone, so the capacity is less of a problem. Yada, yada, yada. There are a lot of things that make Steel Singer better. The problem is just still that its scaling is too slow, and healing is still terrible. But, it's bad in both games. But in Monster Train 1, that more has to do with the fact that you need essentially 5 good hits of damage to clear waves, and Steel Singer makes that very difficult to do that while still scaling it up and using it as your main unit. And if you're not using it as your main unit, why are you using it? And especially in Awoken, there are just so many better units, particularly in Monster Train 1. Anyways, Animus of Will could be good with Pyre of Savagery. I think we're gonna skip it. It also works decently with Sentient, and I should maybe take it for that reason right now. And by Sentient, I mean Cultivating specifically. Kind of want to take the Wilting Sapwood to put Titanite on it. But the problem is, again, I don't have the Ember to play out both Wilting Sapwood and Steel Singer at the same time. I'm going to do this as just a bit of a backup plan. Ugh. Like, honestly, maybe I give this the 10 regen. It's really not what I want. Could also give the large stone, which I don't totally hate. I could also do this, which is pretty decent. Kind of. kind of. The problem is that increasing the HP like this means that the Cultivating from Sentient isn't actually going to hit the Animus of Will. Because the Cultivate goes on the lowest health unit on the floor. That's less a concern once we go to higher ranks of Cultivating Sentient. Because it's the one that gets the highest HP. It's still sore to be a problem at rank 2, but at rank 3 it definitely becomes better. I think we're just doing this. And then the question is still just really, do I want to cave and give this regen? What I really want is to give it multi-strike. I am going to do this, and it's like the first time I've ever bought the regen upgrade. And then there's Dante. Okay. Well, here's the deal. I think I'm going to skip on Dante because I would like to try to run Steel Singer as a reasonable unit. But the correct choice, far and away, without question, is to just take Dante here. 100%. It is absolutely the correct decision because we can pair it with Cultivating Sentient. We've got Pyre of Savagery, so he's gaining attack on kills. We can try to get him quick, either via equipment or an upgrade or Wildwood Tome. Yada, yada, yada. Like, he is 100% the correct decision. But we're not going to. I may lose the run, so be it. Unfortunately, just knock it back Archeon. That's okay. Kind of. It's not strongly okay, but it's sort of okay. God, it makes just such a long, extended sound. Okay, don't really want to take all this damage. Do want to get a bunch of healing, though. Also, we're going to do that because the extra damage on you is actually pretty important to me. Unfortunately, you guys are going to get knocked back. But, hey. Total misplay. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of don't want to kill this guy so the Steel Singer can get the kill. Problem is I kind of just don't want to play things out anywhere. I guess we're going to do it like that, even though then we're missing out on the Cultivating procs. I think that's still fine, though. And I guess we're going to do that, even though Archeon's going to fuck around with you soon. Which is to say, when he does the knockback here, it's going to make me cry. Steel Singer's not getting the kill either way, so we'll just do that and get the heal. Sadly, I can't play the Calcified Ember, yada yada yada, we got our own problems. Also, the Cultivating, unfortunately, goes on the fun guy now, which is not what we want. Oh well. We're going to do this in the correct order. There we go. This is a complete mess. I love it. Yeah, it is 100% a mess. Also didn't realize Sentient was dying there, but so be it. Okay, you get that, you get that. I mean, we're gonna kill Archeon. That's not a problem. Everything else, that's way more of a problem. But like Archeon, at least we can kill. And we're just gonna get rid of that, even though I did want to do the healing and all that. But I do need to get rid of the calcified embers. Okay, how exciting. The slow combat at least gives the Steel Singer a bit of time to regen his way into higher damage. Fine, I'll take the Mitosis Cap. We're taking the Ember. Well, our Steel Singer's up to 57 attack. Mitosis Cap for an army of Steel Singers Keck W. I mean, that is why we took it. We'll see if it actually matters. The room that duplicates the units that are summoned to it, can it dupe champion? Hall of Mirrors? Yes, it can. Which is very fun. Not always applicable because there's some champions that don't make good use of it, but the champions that do make use of it, it's very good. I think I want to heal, and also we can, like, maybe do holdover Glimmer and stuff like that. Which isn't as important right now, but it will look better later, kind of. So, yeah. Alright. Fine, we'll take Cultivating again. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it is what we got. Celebrate Talos with Hall of Mirrors, Replicator Ray, Chef's Kiss. Yeah, it is very good. I can't remember the last time I actually had that line up, but it's very appealing. Alright. So I probably should take Puffball. Although we are up against Entropy, which doesn't allow revenge triggers, because why would it? I don't know if that's what I really want, is the problem. My deck, if it wasn't clear, is a mess. And I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to do to make it less total fucking mess-tastic. And I'm aware that I did have the possibility of just taking Dante and solving all my life's problems. But we chose not to do that, and now we need to make this shit work somehow. Best part about Puffle is how cute its animations look when it gets buffs. I should probably take the Puffball. Part of the issue is we're never going to have enough Deployment Ember for what we want. I'll take it as a backup plan, kind of. Spell Drain's going to go there. Don't have enough for the holdover because I didn't plan that out. Well, that's less good. But I guess we're doing that, and we're just going to minus cost this. Not wild about the choices that were made. That's fine. Here we are. So be it. And yes, if I were a responsible person, I would be actually determining whether I should take the trial or not. But I'm not that person, and so be it. Maybe we should put that up there. So here's the deal. I do want the mitosis cap on him, but I think I want to get loam coat on for a time first, so I can build up the regen and all that, and like spikes maybe. So I guess we're doing this. Well, here we are. Okay, we want some spikes on you, so you start propagating. We're gonna do that so you can get the kill on him first, so then we have the ability to get the collector, because otherwise she wasn't getting the kill because of the Titan skin. But this way we have just enough that we get the kills. Sentient is dying, which is somewhat of a concern, but we're partly just trying to prepare for Kel later. I guess we're gonna do it like that, just give you more spikes. Also, spikes do double damage, so it's not like the worst plan I've ever made. Also, technically, every kill that he gets also increases his attack thanks to entropy. Alright, so one more wave. I don't think it's likely we roll into mitosis cap later, so I'm going to make the swap now, even though that's sad. But we have a decent amount of regen and okay amounts of health. Well, not just health, but attack is what I meant. Kind of want to do the Glimmer, but then you are missing out on some free kills. You'll also take less damage. I guess that's fine. And we'll do that for good measure. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't do a ton of damage to Kel, but we're just gonna hope that that's okay. Also playing out you, who is unaffected by the corruption because you came out later, is not unwelcome. It gives us a little bit of extra attack. Okay, we're going to try this, just see what happens. Yeah, we still get the kill. That's fine. It means that we get one more heal proc on Steel Singer. Okay, go forth, my beautiful child. Bramble Ash is kind of okay. It's maybe worth taking. Unfortunately, this is where my Steel Singers start diverging, and this is partly why I wanted the holdover on the Glimmer, so I could heal them all at the same time. Restoring Retreat is good, but we're not going to take it. I think we're just going to not take any of these, though maybe I should take the Bramble Ash. Tome of Evergrowth, I don't hate. Yeah, fine. I'll take it. Okay, I wish I had a dupe. I don't have a dupe. Kind of just want the alcove. Like, intrinsic on Tome of Evergrowth, not bad though. Could also do intrinsic of the Sharpen, which I don't hate since the spikes have been fairly relevant to me. Alcove could be a dupe. I don't think it shows up this late in the run. And also, yeah. I mean, I'm still going to go here, I think. So the only consume card I've got is Tome of Evergrowth. And I don't... Oh, no, I've got Proliferate, too. Either way, I don't think I really want that. Jack Strips, I think, is the correct choice. It does not play well with Pyre Savagery, but on the other hand, that's fine. Could also take Inferno Room, but I think that's a bit much for me. Sure. I don't think it's worth re-rolling for me here. But I do think it's probably worth me getting rid of some stuff. Like, it's expensive, but it is definitely helpful for me to thin out some garbage. I don't really need the Spore Touches anymore now that I have Jack Strips, so goodbye. And we'll just make things a bit better. I mean, I could play both Steel Singers out on turn 1. Maybe I want to do that instead. But that does worry me, so I guess we're just not going to. Well, there he is anyways. Okay, go forth, my Animus of Will, and do solid work for us. Do I care about you being on this floor? I think that's fine. I don't need to worry about you guys, since you will die to the Jack Strips. May as well have you do 0 damage to me. And if it wasn't clear, we're doing the extra heals on the second Steel Singer so that it... Because it's the one with the Mitosis cap. And so we want to dupe the one that's getting more attack, basically. Yeah, we'll give you more regen. I doubt it's gonna matter, but hey. And we'll just have you do no damage, because turns out Tome of Evergrowth is real good. Alright, Ascension's almost dead, but so be it. We should be in fine shape overall. Like, yeah, he's gonna have 1,000 regen, but so be it. He's got a bit of decay on him. We do decent damage, yada yada yada. We have regen. Unhelpful. But whatever. The Sharpen is stuck on screen for some reason, but whatever. I do even get to farm this guy for Slay procs a little bit. Although I do wish that my green recruit were not benefiting from that. Not that it matters. That's not the majority of my power. Invigorating Solution maybe deserves to be here. I think I still don't want it. Don't think I need the Grow Room. If it were more than Propagate 1, I would be a lot happier for it. We're just gonna skip. I maybe go here just for the dupe so I can dupe the Glimmer. Going here, the healing is not unwelcome, though it still doesn't actually put me at that high of health. The removals are good. The artifacts, maybe. The biggest thing we can see from the artifacts is, like, Attuned Whetstone wouldn't be bad, but the main one that I would want is Artificial Pyrestone for the higher deployment Ember. I think we're still doing this, though, just because the dupe is guaranteed value. Sadly, don't have space for Multi-Strike. That would be real nice. Oh, well. Could do Endless on the Puffball. I honestly might want that. Fine. Okay, not what I was hoping for, but fine. Let's remove things. And here we go. Alright. Unfortunately, I'm not, like, well set up to deal with this boss, but so be it. Could maybe do that, and maybe that's worth it. So, like, if I do both Glimmers, then the Cherub will die after being eaten. Unfortunately, still is getting all of the eating off. We're just gonna not do that, I guess, and see if we can handle that. I am uncertain if that's the case. Give you a little bit more regen at the expense of a little bit of your attack. Okay, so this is fine. I do want to play with the Loam Coat, but I think we want the other Steel Singer more. He's taking a lot of damage, but fine. And I'm not wild about that. And sadly, I'm not playing out the Rail Spike, but whatever. We're doing what we can, which is to say we have a lot of problems, and we're trying to mitigate them. Okay, so this one goes on you. Already forgot that you have Endless. Look at us go. And I don't have a place to play with the Spear Steward, sadly. Right. didn't realize that the other guy had died. Well, I don't hate it. I think I'm gonna do this so I can get the spikes on him in case I start giving him the loam coat. These shield swords are such fat fuckers. You're not wrong. Yeah, I am worried about you going into Kale, since if I leave Kale to just feast upon the cherubs, it's actually going to be fairly bad. Yeah, I didn't love that, but it still seemed like the correct thing to do. Although you're still so low on health, that maybe doesn't help. Okay. But that helps tremendously, because now we at least get to murder these guys before they get eaten, which is my main concern. And then we're just going to keep tanking with regen. But yeah, this way he does not end up with like 1,000 attack and a bunch of lifesteal. So it's like, I've got a lot of regen, but he can still outdo me with if he had been able to eat those. You also would have been helpful last turn, but fine. Okay, anyways, the puffball, useless now, who cares, whatever. Okay. Here we go, and we let our dudes tick down some regen a little bit and keep growing stronger. And we always copy the strongest of the Steel Singers. Again, unfortunately, they don't have multi-strike. They'd be dramatically better if they did. But, you know, here we are. I also really wish that I didn't have Pyro Savagery. I'll tell you right now, 100% taking Unleash the Wildwood. Absolutely. I think I'm also taking Ember. I would love Draw and other things, but this is what we're doing. I kind of just want the event, but we're going to go here. Mostly because I want that healing, I think, though we could also just go here for the healing afterwards. I don't know. Fuck it. On the off chance this actually helps, we're going here. It doesn't. Well, that's not entirely true. God, that's dangerous, though. I'm still gonna do it. It has a lot of problems, though. Namely, if I draw into the Entropic Crystal with the Rail Spike, then we got issues. Because I won't have the energy to play it afterwards. And that's an issue, but fine. I get rid of one of you, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of things. You are going there. You are going there. And then... Okay, so two of you have 153, which means you are the priority targets. And honestly, we're just gonna leave capacity open to play out you guys on top floor. Okay. I want to play this somewhere. I think we can just play it here. Like, that's fine. This is why we set up on mid-floor, by the way, so that the jack strips takes care of most things. Also because the silence dudes ruin the cultivating anyways, which is not great. It's just a whole lot of not ideal stuff for us. Okay. Overall, reasonably decent. Unfortunately, can't kill you. Oh, well. Well, so be it. We'll let you die. We sadly don't get the collector. What are we gonna do about it? Okay, and then yet another Steel Singer joins the team. You are the strong one, so you get that. We play that out, because otherwise every card in my deck gets worse. And we just keep letting the regen do at least some value for us. Yeah, you're getting stronger, so be it. Whatever. I'm late at this, but I hope the Rage Room, the preview, gives rage per enemy hit rather than on attack. Funny sweep rage. Yeah, I mean, I believe it says strike rage, does it not? In which case, if it does, then yes, it should be per enemy, because that's how all strike effects are. Alright, Rack's sort of an issue for us. Because while we do have a bunch of regen, we don't have Rack's level regen, and so I'm not sure that we can actually beat him. But we're going to find out. Okay. Yeah, that barely changes anything. Yeah, Rack scares the shit out of me. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, you simply have too high of attack, Rax, which is partly why healing and regen is so frustratingly bad. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, I think we have to have them on middle floor, maybe on bottom floor. They might even be okay on bottom floor, though they do take a lot of damage from the, well, let's try with mid floor. The problem is, like, you're worthless on top floor. What does this boss do again? They grow dramatically stronger every time they ascend, essentially. They gain regen and attack, well, rage, and multi-strikes. They hit additional time. And they start with spell shields. I feel like there's some other effect as well that I'm forgetting about. But the point is, basically, they grow dramatically stronger every time they ascend. Unfortunately, I can't proc rejuvenate until I kill that guy. I mean, overall, that was okay. Okay. Whatever, that goes there, who cares? Just trying to get the Steel Singers up and running. I do want to do that so he's dead for next turn. And honestly, probably want to do the Tome of Evergrowth. I don't know that it totally matters. Oh, I was like, why do you have only 60 HP? And it's because of the stupid silence guys. They were on the floor at the time that I played him, and so it blocked his summon trigger. Totally forgot that that was the thing he was going to do, which also means that putting the Loam Crit on you is not great. Well, we're just going to do that and cry a little bit. Yeah, like I've got him propagating spikes now, but it's disappointing that he has so little HP comparatively that it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that way you're going to die before you hit top floor, so that's something. Or not top floor, but mid floor. The floor that matters. And I can play the puffball, but you're just going to die to the... Just gonna die to the other things, so we're not gonna worry about that. I did end up with a Glimmer, which would have helped with that, but still. Yeah, still not happy that this guy only has 60 HP. Not too wild about that. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, and then unsurprisingly, this doesn't matter because Rax is going to ruin our shit because healing is the worst defensive option. We'll try setting up on bottom floor and see if I can do that, but I don't know that that's possible for me. I think the damage incoming is probably too much. We can maybe get by with the Endless Puffball. So maybe I try that. If I can get my regen high enough, we can sort of manage on bottom floor. It's just that I need to survive long enough for that to matter. Could also put Sentient here, which is not the worst plan I've ever had. It's not a plan I'm happy about, but it's technically doable. Also, again, unfortunately, the Silence dudes are annoying, but I can at least kill the Silence dude there. Cat, what are you doing? Okay. Sadly, I don't get to play the Sharpen. Among other problems that exist in my life. But here we are. Love your existence. Alright, well, we'll see what we can do. Unfortunately, this stupid silence dude ruins some of my plans for that turn, and I don't get to play out the other Steel Singer here with the U existing, which is sort of an issue. Okay. Alright, sadly you're not dying, so you just are existing here at like no HP. But I do have the kill. Turns out it's all we've ever needed in life is to just be so flippin' sweet. Alright, well, we got the kill. That's what matters. He is dramatically weaker on the lower floors. I thought that it would be more of a problem than it was, but having the puff ball definitely helped just get me to the later turns at still good at HP. I might still been able to do it just because I had decent healing, but I don't know. I was very worried about the damage output of enemies. I will take Focus Growth, even though it gives me Calcified Ember. And I still haven't mastered Wax Cap, but we're not going to do it now. Okay, 100% going here. We want the healing, and we very much want the Merchant of Magic. I do want that. I don't care about the Purified Soul Shard. I did want that way earlier, but not applicable now. I was really hoping for Remove Consume. Well, unfortunately, did not happen. I will Permafrost this instead then. Man, Remove Consume was just so much what I wanted. I will do this though, I guess. Although I wish that I had Spell Chained it. Well, could dupe it. It is not the worst. I mean, there's a lot of other things I can do too, but I think that is what I'm doing, or I'm copying the Rail Spike. We'll do that, I guess, just as a bit of safety. I can't afford other things, basically. I guess I'll only do that. And that's what we got. Alright, well, my army of steel singers will sing with steel, I guess. So, you're gonna go there with your buddy. And 180 is the top end of what we got, so there we are. And we'll just let you die and live a beautiful life forever and on. Alright, so get sapped a little bit. And then we're gonna hold on to the rail spike till I know that I've drawn the blight. Because my biggest fear is just drawing into the blight on the wrong turn. Because that would be bad. Okay, we're just gonna load up with a regen. Kind of. Okay. Well, sadly, you block the cultivate. But so be it. As much as I would love to do the Calcified Ember, I'm actually just going to do these because I don't want to miss out on all of the healing that we can do. Because it is still important to me to increase my attack, kind of. Also, I still haven't drawn into the entropic crystals like I'd planned to. But, whatever. Oh, I didn't actually mean to... It's fine, whatever. Okay. Didn't really track which of these got the most healing. I think it's you. Yeah, because you're one of the first two that got played out. Well, still can't play the Calcified Ember, though we're closer to being able to playing the Calcified Ember. God, and then you don't die because there's the Titan skin preventing you from... I was hoping that by giving him the decay, he would be dead to the jack strips, but no, he's still a problem. And yes, I know he can sap the boss, but I could also just be stacking even more regen on my dude. Not happy that I drew into a Vengeful Shard, but fine. Okay, you're going to die, which I could stop, and maybe I'm willing to do so. Yeah, I've chosen that. Oh, and it doesn't... We're going to do this in the right order. I forgot that there was a Silent Dude on the top floor, so I do need to kill him first. Otherwise, my Rejuvenates don't do anything. There we go. Okay. Oh, my poor Animus is at 0 attack. Yeah, that's a lot of sap. But that's okay. Kind of. Oh, fuck. That's not acceptable. I didn't realize I had left one of these guys so bulked up. Oh, God, that's real bad. I mean, I survived, but then I'm pretty sure I die to the Titans. But maybe I don't. Also, I forgot that you have... Forgot they use Endless, and therefore I don't want to play them out. Anyways, yeah, this is real bad-ish. God, it was so close to him dying in one hit. Well, we might be okay on the Titans. Oh, not if this asshole survives, though. Yeah, great. The problem is that even with my Steel Singer army, I don't do all that much damage. Yep, that's an issue. Well, I'm pretty sure I die to the Titans like this, because all it takes is a couple turns from Dominion hitting me. And I have no way to heal my Pyre. But, fine. We'll let it happen. I probably could have redone this fight and like set up the Steel Singers mid or something, and probably would have been in a much better shape. Or just not buffed the enemies on that, on like one of the turns. Because that was the majority of where things went real wrong. But, hey, here we are. At least Pyre of Savagery does kill the minion faster, since it has the higher base attack. Still a problem, though. Still a real problem. I do have an absolute army, though. Okay, so 221 is the high end. Nope, 225 is the high end. Okay, well. Yeah, well, here we are. I'm still pretty confident I die, but let's find out what happens. Oh, I don't play you out that way. Actually, let's do this slightly differently. Wherein we give you the Sharpen. Unfortunately, I still don't play the Steel Singer. I probably should have played the other Sharpen. Whatever, here we are. Again, pretty certain overall doesn't actually matter. have to play that. Well, fuck me. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Because now I die this turn to Dominion instead of next turn. Again, pretty confident it doesn't matter. Like, I can stop Dominion... Not Dominion. I can stop Entropy and Savagery from hurting me, but he's gonna kill me no matter what, because this fight is lame like that. And that's just how it is. Alright, well, fine. We die. I just took way too much damage in that one fight, and there's nothing I can do about that here, so here we are. First time I fought the Titans, I thought I had a great first turn until I saw something was assaulting my pyre. Yeah. 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 It just, I let that one enemy through in the Titan, not the Titan fight, Seraph fight, and that caused a lot of problems. Because I was basically at full health before that. Maybe not basically at full, but I was at high health before that. But whatever, so be it. Things happen. We did get decent value out of the Steel Singers, but again, even with like devoting my entire run to them, like they're still really cumbersome, and we were a long ways off from actually beating the Titans. Like, I hadn't killed the minion. I was not doing a ton of damage to Savagery or to Entropy. It would have ramped up a little bit over the course of the fight, and obviously if I had gone like multi-strike on them, they'd be a lot stronger, but I didn't. Nonetheless, fine, so be it. Here we are. What are we playing this time? Cat, what do you want? She is perched on my armrest, making it difficult for me to do things. I think we're gonna do Orechi, because I still do have 2 Orechi crowns. I think we're doing Orechi Luna. Just because I feel like it. Pretty sure we want the Moon Ritual. Neither starter is amazing. But here we are. Okay. Not a bad start. Test Subject Alpha is good. Silver Strike is fine, especially early game. Sanguine Assistant is somewhat underwhelming, but okay. Pretty sure we want Lightstone Casing. Lost Luggage is good, but I will take Lightstone Casing. Again, it's an artifact that does nothing for us currently, which is a shame, but that's okay. I think we're doing Incant here. Yeah, let's do it. Though the... What am I trying to say? Brewmaster Orechi, the other option, is maybe better with the Test Subject Alpha. But they're both good. Like, all of Orechi's paths are strong. Reanimator being the kind of universally most applicable one. Sure, we'll go with this for now. So I should probably be doing a red infusion instead. Well, we're going to do that. And then we're going to search for blue. Yep, there we go. Because we definitely want to get the collector. Because what is life without collecting? Okay, and then we just started stacking the red. I am going to do this just to get these out of the deck. Whoops, there we go. I'm not like worried about any of the enemies, Since Test Subject Alpha kills all the small dudes and Urechi will be able to stack unstable on them. Also, we drew the Silver Strike finally. Oh, I don't have anywhere to play with the Sanguine Assistant. Well, you go there now, I guess. Anyways, we easily have this handled. I mean, he's a little bit of a concern, but not really. And here we go. It would have been sort of nice to leave his buddies till top floor, because then we could have applied a bunch of unstable to them before we killed them, but meh. And by getting rid of them, we also were able to hit them with the other Silver Strike for extra damage. Oh. There we go. Also could have put it on Urechi, because then he would have died slower, and we also would have gotten plenty of work from that. Either way, here we are. Easy first battle. Reanimation Lab is cute, but mostly inconsequential. It's just such a weird room, because the HP on it basically doesn't matter. Because the reanimate only procs when they die, and they always go down to 1 HP when it procs, regardless of whatever killed them. And so to get them to actually benefit from that, you have to be using lifesteal, of which there's a little bit in the clan, but not a ton. Or you need to be using a lot of regen, which is not really a part of the clan. And also, if you are utilizing a bunch of reanimate, why do you care about going up in HP? This room makes the cat hilarious. Yeah, I like the spikes one on the cat more. But, yeah. It can be used with Endless too, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it can. I mean, like, you still... It's okay. It's not why I want the room. It just feels a bit out of place. Like, I get why it arrived at this sort of design sense, but in practice, the HP on it largely is irrelevant. Anyways. Still might want the Reanimation Lab. Kind of want the Overworked Assistant. Overworked Assistant is very good. I think we're just taking Overworked Assistant. Yeah, fine. Done. Yeah, I'll take a Starstruck. Turns out Daze is useful. Might want to go here. Because there's a number of things that would be good. Like, we could search for, like, holdover on the Starstruck. We could look for double stack for it as well. We could do Spell Chain on Secret Ingredient. Like, I think that's fine. No. I mean, I could, like, take the Silent Sentinel with pretty low investment. I guess... Yeah, I mean, it barely matters to me, but I've got the Ember for it, I guess, kind of, so I'll do it. Yeah, that's good enough for now. The only, like, unit I really wanted from that banner was just Lunar Priestess, because it gives me the Moon Ritual every turn, so I can get extra incants, because that would be good. But, hey. Yeah, I guess we'll set up bottom floor and see how I feel about that. I did kind of forget that we have the Flagellants, but fine. Even though, yes, I know they're right there in the name, Flagellants March, but so be it. Actually, let's do this better, maybe? I can just do that. Oh, you're not dying if I daze you because half of the damage is from you hitting yourself. Never mind. Back to plan number 1. Obviously, I could use this ability to give spell weakness, which maybe helps, but no. Mostly, I just really shouldn't have my dudes on bottom floor, but that's fine. It's fine. Kind of. The problem with this general game plan is that I'm not bulking up my dude at all. How it goes? It goes all right, my friend. Yeah, I drew you way too late to be helpful. Yeah, I really didn't plan this out so well. Yep. Probably is not going to work that way. Would have been really helpful if I had drawn the assistant earlier. That certainly would have been something. Yeah, that's not helpful. Finished Dimensional Challenger earlier. I like the structure of them more than Monster Train 1, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know how I feel about that. I thought they were fun. I probably like the Monster Train 1 ones more, but it's it's fine. Yeah, that's not what I was hoping for. I was really hoping to get more reanimate so I could maybe keep you alive and have you lifesteal and stuff. Whatever. I'll take the pyre damage. I should be able to survive this, even though it's a lot of damage for me. But we at least kill him with the unstable, so I don't have to take another one. It's alive is good. Forevermore Serum is useful. We're going to take this. We're going to maybe consider Phase Blessing. I should probably not be fully neglecting the test subject alpha as I currently am, but hey. Imagine a pyre that has flight. What do you mean by that? What do I feel about Phase Blessing? I think we probably don't want or need Phase Blessing here, even though it's obviously not bad. We're not going to take another Silver Strike, even though we could probably make use it. Like, you can tree as a troop and send it around to battle. That would be something. The healing is not unwelcome. Also, we could get equipment. That's good. I think we're still going here, though. But maybe looking for, like, Bloodthirsty Blade or Organ Harvester would be the right play. Nonetheless, we're going here. Shade Guard's a maybe. I think I will take it, even though I'm clogging up my deck, but, like, it is useful early, and I have not proven myself fully capable yet. It's give and take, I suppose. Monster Train 1, letting you choose clan combos is fun, but also felt like they mostly leaned certain clans to combos anyways. Kind of. I mean, like, they were definitely some combos that were a lot easier to do the challenges with in Monster Train 1. And, like, I don't know. I think that's sort of unavoidable when letting you pick the clan combos. My favorite time doing the extra challenges, because I did them multiple times in Monster Train 1 for various reasons. My favorite time doing them was when I limited myself to using each clan combo only once. So I had to budget each clan combo to the different challenges. I thought that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to like sit down and really think about and compare the Monster Train 1 challenges. I think the biggest thing for me is that because they're all like Covenant 0 or 1 or like 5 at the most in Monster Train 2, they all felt substantially easier. Of course, there's a bit of luck factored in here, but like I beat them all on my first try. Also, I have like hundreds of hours in this game, so I know I'm not like the best like poster child for balancing around. But yeah, I don't know. They were fun. Yeah, I don't know. Keep noticing certain cards can't get certain upgrades, presumably to prevent infinite combos because they are too easy to build for. Depends on what specifically you're talking about. If you tell me which card you're talking about, I will tell you why they can't take that upgrade. Really want dualism. We'll take the reanimate here. Could make you smaller. I don't think I care about that, though. We'll take Bone Dog's Pendant. Because mostly cards that can't take it. Is there a draw 3 next turn card? Can't remember the others. I mean, like, what upgrade can it not take? Because if you're, like, it has Consume, so it can't take the ones that give Consume to it. Yeah, it can't have Holdover because it is a Consume card. And so you can give it Holdover if you do the remove Consume on it first. It's just that Holdover is blocked on it because it doesn't do anything with the Consume card. Because the card is consumed and therefore can't go back to the deck. So it's just there to prevent you from, like, you know, buying a useless upgrade, essentially. Right, all the Monster Train 1 challenges were strictly Covenant 25, right? Yeah, it's a little weird. They were mostly Covenant 1-6 this time. Would have been nice to see at least a few at the top end. Yeah, all the Monster Train 1 challenges were Covenant 25. They specifically didn't unlock until Covenant 25, even. And yeah, it's kind of a trade-off. Like, it's clear that they wanted them to feel more accessible. I'm sorry, we did this a little wrong, because I do actually want her to die. Anyways, it's clear they wanted them to feel more accessible. And so that's why they're at lower Covenant, so, like, everybody can do them, and they can access them much earlier, because, like, a lot of players are just not going to play until they reach Covenant 25. Also, maybe I did actually want to do this differently. Oh yeah, because it's Rage, Archeon. And so you're gaining just a lot of Rage. Yeah, really did actually need to block for you this turn, which I didn't realize. Well, we'll play it out for now and see how it goes. Although I should have played you right there. Okay, fine. Yeah, could have used this last turn. That would have been nice. Alright, fine. We're doing it this way. Not happy about it. And then we're going to build up red potions. And whatever, I don't have a use for the conduit. We just want to be in New Moon so you get the bonuses. They do feel more like disguised tutorials than challenges now, but the variety of clan combos now, I'm not unhappy with it. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, they definitely are tutorial-y in that, you know, they're trying to teach you that certain things are possible, which I think is fine. There's a lot of like nuance and possibilities in this game that a lot of players don't realize at first. And so having some of those be part of the dimensional challenges, I think, does work out pretty well. Also, I spaced out, shouldn't have used his ability last turn. The spell weakness doesn't even really help me. Also, I have nowhere to play the Overworked Assistant or the Sanguine Assistant now, which is annoying, but it is what it is. I kind of just want straight rage, but okay. Right. Well, let's do that. I think I probably need the damage shields. Definitely don't need the lifesteal. And there's the kill. It's a shame that I had to let Arechi die at the beginning, but just having a bunch of damage shields and hitting for 50 to 60 damage a turn is enough for Archeon. Is it possible to soft lock yourself against a boss by being unable to kill the boss but cannot die? No, it's after like 200 turns of no... Well, I think it's just like 200 turns total. I think it just ends the floor. It's either that or it gives you the option to end the floor. I honestly don't remember because it's been forever since I've done that. But there is a built-in countermeasure. Pretty sure we want Spike of the League here. Obviously these are good, but I think we just want this. We do not want these. They are not applicable to our needs. They're fine. I mean, like, Nightingale's kind of bad, sort of. Makeshift Golem is a little niche, but pretty good. And Hulking Mass, I don't love. There are a lot of players who like Hulking Mass, but I don't think it's that great. Because the reason people like it is because it's, like, really bulky. But it provides almost no offensive threat. And it's, like, decently heavy Ember, and it's high capacity. It's a lot of investment for a unit that, like, isn't really that necessary. Like, you don't need an actual tank unit to succeed in this game. Yes, it can be helpful, but you very much do not need, like, a dedicated tank. And it feels like too many people are, you know, stuck with the idea that they need a tank in every run, and therefore something like Hulking Mass feels important to them. Does it count as winning or losing in that case? With soft locking a boss, I believe it just kills your unit so the boss ascends. Because they definitely don't want to reward players for, essentially, creating a stalemate. It's also pretty rare that it happens. You kind of have to go out of your way for it. I think we're taking Ember. Though maybe we just want Draw. I think we want Ember and then Draw next. Especially because I took extra units that I kind of need the Ember to play out. Obviously I could get rid of some of those units, but hey. We're doing Mad Scientist 2, even though I have not proven myself very capable of using it yet in this run. The Intrinsic and Double Stack is not terrible. Fine. We'll take Bloodthirsty Blade. Hulking Mass feels like a desperation tank if you somehow don't find something else you don't want to have reanimate endless. Yeah, I mean, it's good as being a tank in that, like, a little bit of reanimate goes a long way on it, especially if you put, like, dualism on it, and then it's gaining, what, 40 armor when it reanimates? I'm sorry, not 40 armor, it's like 80 armor. Yeah, so, like, it is decent as a tank, but, like, I don't care that much about that. Like, you still need to be generating reanimate, and you can also just use reanimate to tank. And especially against, like, later threats, like the corruption stacking from Dominion, or with the melee weakness from Seraph, or other things, like, 80 armor is actually not all that much. And it's often better to just be stacking reanimate and all that. Or defending yourself in some other way. I actually probably want to do intrinsic on this. Yeah, that's actually probably a better play. I could also do double stack on Starstruck, which I also could have done intrinsic on. I don't know, we're doing this. We're getting carried away. And then maybe I want remove consume for that. I think we're just gonna minus cost this. And to be clear, like, Lazarus can make use of a tank that is just sitting there walling the enemies, because it does have a way to do, like, good damage with backliners. But it's definitely not a necessity, and I would generally rather just draft something that actually helps my offensive game plan in a meaningful capacity. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that, and then I guess, you know what, let's do this. Gain a bunch of reanimate. Yeah, I guess we're gonna do it like this. We'll give that to you, give you the reanimate. And we'll start building up red to make the test subject alpha better. And yes, I didn't end in New Moon, so he doesn't get the bonus. That's fine. We're not really relying on him at this point. Sadly, Arechi did get a chunk of corruption, but that's fine. My deck is kind of a weird mishmash hybrid of situations right here. In that I was just going to build up the Incant Unstable and use the test subject alpha to, like, proc things before they have a chance to attack. Which we're still doing, but also now we have Bloodthirsty Blade from test subject alpha, so now he can also just get to a point where he can kill every enemy on his own. So, I don't know. It's sort of unnecessary. Well, here we are. Yeah, and then you're dying if I don't do anything, which I can make you survive for one more turn. It's probably better used just playing that elsewhere. Because he is going to die. I'm not, at this rate, going to keep him alive long enough for the boss. I can try, but it's not looking likely. guess we'll just do that there so we can get a different infusion. I guess we'll go for red, because kind of the biggest concern here is getting to a point where it's getting sapped too much before I can kill him. Okay, so that's enough that you're dying here, so I guess we'll help out here a little bit. I am still probably too weak against Ajax at the moment. This does help, though. So I have a chance to just gain a whole lot more rage. I don't need the damage shields. I need that. Yeah. Unfortunately, we get to a point where he is just sapping me to oblivion. If I still had the overworked assistant, it would help a ton. Because he has just consistent damage output regardless. Regardless, we're fine. Take one hit, then the Pyre is able to reduce him low enough that the unstable kills. We're taking that Organ Harvester, I guess, and we're just going further into the test subject alpha plan. Moonlit Glaive is kind of cute, but no. Could take Hexcalation. We're not going to, though. Yeah, so you still don't have a second upgrade. We don't have dualism on the Overworked Assistant. We're going to go to the Merchant of Arms next. I think we're just going for the Merchant of Steel. Obviously, there's a lot of great stuff I can do with the Merchant of Magic, though. Especially since I have Lightstone Casing. So how much will you go out of your way to merge the Organ Harvester with the Bloodthirsty Blade? I mean, I don't have to go out of my way very much at all, since it's right there. But I will go out of my way for it if I had to. It is good. Like, undeniably so. Okay, this is not exactly what I'd wanted. I could kind of greed for the dualism here. Because if I'm going to put the Organ Harvester on him, then it means that he's getting Reanimate 2 per Slay. And I maybe kind of just want to do that. But this is also really nice. It makes Overworked Assistant very strong. In that we're applying just an obscene amount of unstable every time we incant. And he gets a little bit more starting Reanimate, which is nice. I think we're going to do this, even though it does nothing for me currently, basically. Which is greedy, but, you know, that's what I'm all about. Ooh, well, we're going to take Sketches. Even though it does cause me some issues. What effects don't proc Slay? Giving Decay. So, any indirect damage does not proc Slay. And that's to say, so like, a unit applying Decay does not own the Decay. A unit applying Frostbite does not own the Frostbite. The Frostbite is a damage source independent of the unit. So things that do proc decay are direct attacks, abilities that like do damage, like Phoenix's ability or Hothead's ability. Things like Cursed Dragon Staff, which is damage on incant, 1 damage on incant to the whole floor. And Spikes also procs it. But like Revenge, apply Frostbite is not going to proc Slay because that Frostbite is not attached to the unit that applied it. Revenge, Decay, and Can't Decay. None of that counts for Slay. Unstable also doesn't count for it. But. Okay, so let's get rid of some things. Although I guess at the moment we're not going to be too picky. We're just going to leave it as is so that I for sure have enough gold. Okay, gotcha, thanks. No problem, you're welcome. Okay. So we're gonna set up top floor and hope that that's okay. Alright, so where do things end up? We got a steward. Not what I wanted. Alright, let's just go all out and give you 16 reanimate. In the ideal world, we would have gone the overworked assistant on top floor. We also would have drawn the bloodthirsty blade by now, but hey, who am I to be picky? Also, I should have done those in cants on bottom floor here. And you know what? We are going to do those in cants on bottom floor. Because that's kind of the whole point of the overworked assistant, is to do things like this. Obviously, it's not terribly impressive, especially because I stole his dualism, but, you know, here we are. Okay, he's at least getting a dude for me. Oh, wrong order, again. Because I need to use the Silver Strike before I swap the Moon Phase. Okay, and so we're not taking any damage here, so I don't need to play this yet. So we'll just keep building it up for damage. Okay. It's not very strong yet, but there's that. You're gonna die if I don't do that. I wanted more rage. Yeah, we don't quite kill you, unfortunately. Well, so be it. I am getting fairly low on pyre health, which I don't love. Okay, so now you're dead. Yeah, whatever. I just want a red infusion. Is that so much to ask? I mean, we should still be in pretty decent shape, because I have tons of reanimate. Again, just give me what I want. Although I legitimately should have taken the purple there. Because I could have stopped this guy from attacking and applying the correction, which would have been the correct choice. For a number of reasons. Well, I finally got the red infusion that I wanted, but a little late. Well, take a little bit more pyre damage, I guess, like a chump. Okay. Unsurprisingly, we have the kill here. Little surprisingly, it comes at the cost of him dying, but not anymore. Actually, come on. I think maybe I get more kills on him without having the unstable. So let's just do it that way. Because having the unstable means that we're losing procs of his reanimate to the unstable. I think mostly it doesn't matter. I think I basically ended with the same amount because our test subject alpha is dying somewhere along the way here. If I didn't have the corruption on Rechi, he would have survived a lot longer. Overall, it's fine. We farmed him. It worked out okay. If we didn't just get sketches, I would take that scrap for parts, because it would be a way to pull out our dude, but that doesn't matter. If I had Endless on the test subject alpha, I would also consider it, but I don't. Well, I mean, that would cause other problems, since it wouldn't let me hold on to my equipment that way. But either way, we're taking the Horrify. That's the easy choice here. We are not taking these. If I were using Shade Guard, I definitely would be interested in Eclipse Chamber, but I'm not, so I won't. Absolutely, we're going here, both because I would like the healing, and I very much have desires upon this realm. I do not need those. The Fight Club is sort of okay, though. But I think we're going to skip. So Test Subject Alpha costs 2. We now have an equipment that costs 2. So I'd have to go to 7 Ember to do Zone of Silence. The whole cats are not social animals is such bullshit. Yeah, I mean, I've had cats before that really just kind of want to do their own thing. But, like, I've had a lot more cats that are very, very interested in hanging out as much as possible. Like, this cat in particular, she's constantly, like, seeking me out. Like, she definitely wants to know what we're up to at any given moment. And always wants to, like, be in my lap. Anyways, I think we're skipping the Zone of Silence. It is appealing, but I think we're fine without it. The spikes is a little concerning, but we should be okay. Okay, so, you're going there. You're going there. There's that. I did forget that I meant to spend more of my gold getting rid of some garbage. Alright, what do we get? No. No. Sadly. Because what we want is we want to get it so Overworked Assistant is the only non-banner unit in our deck, basically. Okay, that's enough for that. Yeah, we're just gonna give you 12 to reanimate. Orechi does end up with some corruption on him because that's how the enemies work. I'm sorry, we're going to do this the correct way, where I play this first before I change the phase. I just keep getting carried away. Also should have dazed you, but like, my level of concern is ultimately fairly low. Yes, go forth, Test Subject Alpha, you beautiful creature. Yeah, I think we want to do it this way. I could have played out the mixes individually so I would get more unstable generated, but it works out. I have nowhere to play out the Sanguine Assistant. That is also a good reason for me to get rid of more of those things. I mean, like, in the ideal world, Sketches just lets us bypass the capacity requirements. But, at the moment, we don't fully live in that world. I need to get rid of the rest of the dudes. Anyways, have a damage shield. Doesn't really matter. He's got 16 reanimated counting. Reggie's taking a bit of a beating, but, you know, he can take it. Yes, look at that beautiful unstable. Okay, you're not dying? Why are you not dying? Oh, because I just can't math for some reason. And I for some reason thought that he had higher attack than my dude had HP, and that's just absolutely untrue. The reanimate on Slade doesn't seem to be doubling. Yeah, fair point. It should have. It might be. We're going to slow this down in just a moment, because it should gain 6 reanimate on the first turn. Although I actually need this fast for the moment, because playing out the cards individually is painfully slow. Not that I need to play these, but, you know, here we are. Okay, so. He should gain 6 reanimate, bring him up to 31. Yeah, I definitely didn't gain as much. He only gained... I think he only gained 2. It probably has to do with the unstable. Because I haven't really been paying attention, but probably what's happening is that he kills the front one, it procs the unstable, which kills the other 2. Which also means that I'm getting a lot less benefit from the Bloodthirsty Blade than I should be if that's the case. But that's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Could do the brain transfer. Don't think we're doing the brain transfer. We are definitely going to do draw. And then we're going here. Well, unstable 16. I always forget that it's 16. That seems like such a high amount. Yeah, holdover is just gonna go on the Horrify. May as well make that intrinsic. Does seem like a bug, though. The melee hits should be getting the kills since all hit at once, right, with sweep. Kind of. It's not actually how it works. It does process each hit individually, even if it looks like they're all happening at the same time. Whether that's how they want it to work in this specific instance or not, couldn't tell you. But I do think it is in line with how everything else in the game works. I was going to look for double stack, but Spell Chain is just as good, or actually better for me. Oh, I should have looked. This is the last Merchant of Magic, so I should have actually done that slightly differently. Sure, we'll give you a Wrath ability, so you can attack whenever you feel like, kind of. But yeah, I had left a slot open on the Spike so that I could get Remove Consume, but this is the last shop that I could get any upgrade on, so it is moot point. Regardless, we'll buy this just for the sake of it. I'm not hurting anymore, and I'm not particularly worried at the moment, but fine. Yeah, this part is less good. And I forgot to remove units again. I knew there was something I was forgetting, but I got very carried away and was like, oh, it doesn't matter what I am spending my gold on. Turns out, not true. Okay. Yeah, you're not what I wanted. And I am doing not a ton of damage. Yep, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so we do get the kill there, though I should probably have saved the Wrath ability. I do take damage from this guy surviving. Oh well. We'll see what I can do. I at least dazed one of them twice, which did mitigate problems. Alright, there we go. That's all we needed. Well, I guess we're doing it this way. Yep. Okay. Our poor overworked assistant is dying, but hey, these things happen. I really don't do as much damage as I would like. This is why I want the stupid overworked assistant. Well, perhaps I've made mistakes in my choices. Do I want to use that now? Probably. Yeah, I am definitely depriving myself of kills, I think. Which is fine, kind of, sort of, maybe. See what we can do. Yeah, this is why I was considering not using that ability. For, you know, this exact reason. But here we are. Okay, so if you're dazed for 4 turns, we should be fine. I actually don't think I needed to daze you. But here we are. Yeah, now I'm wasting the hit on you, so be it, that's fine. Oh, man. Well, we'll see what we can do. I would really like to get a red infusion. Is that so much to ask? At least I'm killing with the unstable. Like, I'm still doing a lot of work. Also, I did already forget about the guy on top for. Hey, there we go. Yeah, anyways, here, we're fine. And if I remember to remove things so that I can get the overworked assistant, for sure, our deck will be a lot stronger, especially if I actually hit dualism at the Merchant of Steel upcoming. God, this takes forever to kill her. But it is because I was trying not to give her the spikes because I didn't know how that was going to fuck with things. I don't need another Horrify. I definitely don't need those. I'm going here for a multitude of reasons. I will happily take that dualism right off the bat. Yeah, I don't know that this matters for me. Because I've got 6 deployment Ember. And so it's 2, 4, 6 currently. I currently need to get rid of then 4 units, kind of. And I haven't done like any removals, and I get 2 for free. Okay, well. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, most of these things don't particularly matter to me. Oh, well, fair enough. Whatever, here we go. I probably should have double-checked that I removed the right number of units. We're just going to assume that I did. You go there, you go there. We equip that, which gives us 1 extra Ember, so then we get to play these out and live a life of joyous bounty. And then you are there. Okay, so become dazed, become extra dazed. I don't want that, but I guess we can put that on you anyways. Okay, now the question is, do I give the reanimate to you or to the backliner? I actually guess I'm going to do it to you. And I'll give you the spell weakness, because who cares? Just because he does represent quite a bit of damage. And I can probably keep Orechi alive in other ways, basically. Unfortunately, Orechi is getting... what am I trying to say? He is getting corruption from just enemies dying and all that jazz. But that's okay-ish. Well, take a little bit of damage. Orechi is getting pretty low on HP, but that's fine, more or less. My damage output is not small. I probably should have taken the green there, actually, but hey. Hello, Ashiaka. Thanks for the raid. How you doing, friend? Unfortunately, this doesn't matter. Oh, that looks like so much damage because it's causing a chain reaction where one guy explodes and damages the next. We're just gonna do this. I'm okay, tired, didn't get enough sleep. I can relate. It has been a regular feeling for me recently, sadly. I should have done that before I applied the corruption, probably. Ooh, well. Regardless, I hope you can get some proper rest soon. We'll keep Orechi alive just for the sake of it, I guess. Alright, we'll have a nice night then, Glacier. Yes, die, you foul creature. Yeah, turns out level 3 Orechi does output a lot of unstable. Doesn't hurt that, you know, we've got the double unstable explosion damage. It does look pretty silly to watch all that damage proc. Yeah, unfortunately our Bloodthirsty Blade ended up not actually being that strong. It's fine, like, it is doing the main job that we needed to of getting the test subject to alpha strong enough to always be slaying something to proc our unstable chain. And then the Overworked Assistant will help us kill Savagery here much easier, since he doesn't actually have the waves to utilize at the same time. So I won't be able to get the same level of unstable damage on him. Mad Scientist Orechi, best Orechi, well, at least most fun. Yeah, I like it. Reanimator might be my favorite, just because I think the, like, self unstable is pretty fun. Alright, do I want to torture myself with no Pyrelite Dominion? Kind of. I think the answer is no, because it's just too miserable. So we're just going to accept that we take damage, because who doesn't take damage in this day and age? "20 turns Dominion." That's why we're not doing it. Because boy, does that shit suck. My issue with Reanimator Orechi is he's a worse reanimating ooze 9-lived war if you see them, because they want the same suite of cards and generally use them better. I mean, kind of. But given that they're rares, that's not that big an issue to me. And they're certainly not the only... Like, that's not the only champion path where that's the case. But also, like, I do think the guaranteed reanimate that he gives himself is pretty nice and pretty valuable. I did sort of do this not the way I meant to, where I meant to play that first, but I guess we'll just leave it. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's good. And it does work independently of seeing those cards, whereas, you know, 9-Live Nightmare doesn't do the same thing unless you are offered them. Kind of. But, like, I get your point. Oh, I do need to extend his reanimate. Which is a problem. Okay. Yeah, that's not a helpful hand if I've ever seen one. Well, so be it. We're still doing solid damage this turn. I don't care in the slightest about the Shade Guard. Hopefully we can keep you alive this turn. That's not very promising. Oh, I did forget that I could be doing a purple infusions for Dominion. It's almost like that is the correct play for sure here. I mean, again, not that it actually matters. If we take damage, who cares? We'll be okay. But I could be sapping him. I could be giving him melee weakness. So I could be preventing the damage he deals and increasing the damage dealt to him. I wish we could stop Entropy from giving me the curses, but you can't daze him for whatever reason. I should have done red there, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, he's super dead. Nothing I can do about that. It's fine. He's done good work for us up until now. Could start dazing Dominion. Somehow, I think we'll be alright. Just for kicks, let's do that. Oh, I did forget to use your ability. I'm actually not doing all that much damage to Savagery. Whoops. And now you are dying. Well, maybe not. I did certainly get complacent, I will admit. I could just start eating the sap, but that is admittedly probably better for me. Yeah, the corruption buildup on you has hurt a fair amount. Oh, I actually don't need to do that because they're not dying. Or they're not getting a chance to attack as is. I can see that he can do things even if you don't see those suite of cards, but he's not super impressive unless he gets those suite of cards too. Even if you don't take a Randomator or Etchy, those cards can be used to good effect on any unit, really. That Scientist does something unique that cascades in silliness with the large waves at the end of the game, though it's much less impressive early. I mean, I think you're undervaluing what Reanimator's capable of. Like, I get what you're saying, and I agree to a certain effect. God, my damage output is bad now. But I do think you're undervaluing things. So I should be dazing you, but whatever. It's gonna take me forever to kill Savagery at this rate. I probably need to just restart this battle and actually focus on killing him. Especially that if I just kept the overworked assistant alive, we would have been done by now. But I didn't, and that's a problem. It doesn't help that Unstable doesn't work in this fight the way that it should, which drives me crazy. I've run into this issue a ton of times with Lazarus where their damage output can be both great or terrible in a heartbeat. Yeah, it's usually not an issue for me, but I definitely let it become an issue. I don't care about the damage shields. I just want more rage. I was going to save the ability, but I guess we'll use it now. I mean, again, if I just restart the battle, we could do this way faster and better. I don't want that. I want damage, god damn it. Admittedly, I should probably stop letting myself get sapped, because it does represent so much reduced damage. Ugh. We're so far away. Uh. I thought about building out for melee weakness, but I think I actually don't want to. I've definitely made this into a miserable slog of a fight. Oops. Alright. At least he's got so much reanimate that he's never gonna die. Alright, we're just gonna start taking the Curse of Entropy damage because I cannot afford to keep sapping him. It is just too miserable. And I definitely have enough HP that is not a concern. I would love to not be using that on the normal enemies, but I was going to leak if I didn't, so here we are. God, we're so far away from a kill still. Not helpful. Not helpful at all. I mean, like, in the barest sense of things, technically it's useful, but it's really not. God, we're already back to you. How lovely, how fun. Oh, whoops. I was in the wrong moon phase for that. Not gonna change things, but still. Well, fine. Have that melee weakness. Only 300 some left to go. Oh, and he actually is not dazed anymore. Because I end up dazing everything else too many times. It's been such a shit show of a fight. It's just miserable. I don't know why I bothered to keep playing that out. I mean, technically it's vaguely useful, but... yeah, and you're not dazed now either because it wore off because of those guys. Whatever, it's fine. We'll take a little bit of damage. It's okay. God, if I just hadn't given myself so much sap, we'd be done with this. Or if I just kept the overworked assistant alive, everything would be okay. Oh, God. Okay, so you're still dazed for a turn. You're dazed. I just want infusions that actually matter to me. Probably should have used the purple infusion while I had it. It's okay. Just to say, in the ideal world, we would have been able to get melee weakness off of it. There we go. Fucking finally! Dear God, what a miserable dumb fight. Oh, this is again part of why this fight should have... It should actually have an end to it. I think it is to the detriment of the fight that there is no time-bound aspect to it. Like, as long as you have a way to keep your pyre alive, it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. It's a bad fight. But anyways, that was really dumb. I should have finished the fight way sooner. But because of my own bad choices in life, here we are. There's a time limit, though. I think 60 waves, or what, 75? I don't think there is, unless it got added since the last time I checked. I'm not sure I believe you, Ashaka. Alright, maybe they got added at some point. Because there definitely wasn't... That definitely didn't exist once upon a time. As I've seen someone kill them with only morsels after a tedious, like, 200 turns. And that sounds miserable. Alright, anyways, rambling aside, now that my brain has been a little bit turned to mush, let us pick another clan combo. What do we want? Maybe Hellhorn something. What are you doing, cat? Oh, it is later than I thought it was. Never mind. I'm actually gonna stop there. It's a little bit early for us to stop, but I'm not gonna start another run when it's gonna take me half an hour to an hour, and we're already this close to my ending time. I just realized this cat was like trying. She was moving in the ways that she was trying to get me to feed her. And I was like, it's not your feeding time. Looked at the clock. Turns out it is, in fact, almost your feeding time. Anyways, that was a weird run to end on for the night, but we're stopping there. I got to do other things, so I'll be back tomorrow. We'll play more Monster Trade. We'll hopefully not have a 22-round Titan fight tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Thanks for those who resubscribed. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night.